Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Hello everyone, welcome back to more for the Golden Path International Tournament being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. I am your host and commentator, The Black Shadow, and we are continuing our coverage of the quarterfinals here in the tournament. 3 games down, 6 left to go, and it has been an insane round so far, full of upsets, and I suspect this may be another one, who knows. It's an all-American affair in this one, as all 4 players are from the American groups, and in fact, 2 of the players were in the same group at the earlier point in the tournament. So it'll be fascinating to see how this comes here as one final playoff between the 2. So today's game is going to feature Arlani, LSR, Kev, also known as Void, and Twist Pickle. And I think probably the best place starting is going to be LSR, who was the winner of Group B, the Group of Death. And in fact, LSR is now the only remaining player from it as well. Lannister crashing out in the round of 14, and Orski and Sailor, neither of them making it through the wildcards. As you can expect, it was an absolute war in this group, with wins traded all over the place. LSR managing to squeak out the top position, which was very impressive. Whoever was going to make it was definitely going to have a good shout, probably for the rest of the competition. LSR does come into this game as favourite. There's no question about that. LSR, very accomplished. He is now also as well, he's organised a FAQ that we have on our community that runs in addition to the one that is released obviously by Direwolf for Dune Imperium specifically. There's obviously tons of outliers of the game, so amassing those, and LSR is definitely in charge of that one. As far as gameplay wise as well, LSR is very experienced, has played a ton of characters, made a great run as well in the Imperium Cup, but not managing to succeed, unfortunately. But the pedigree of surviving the Group of Death means that, as said, I think he's probably comes to this as the favourite, but we have seen a lot of upsets already in this round in the quarters, and that having that pedigree come into this means absolutely nothing at this point. During this quarterfinal is going to be Arlani, who came second in Group F, playing very competitively, and has had a very eventful tournament so far, managing to squeak in the automatic qualification in a 3-way points tie, winning only courtesy of the fact that he had won 2 games to Twists and Fire Lizards first. And yes, Twist Pickle is the other player from this group who got third in this, so it's fascinating and awesome that the 2 players have ended up converging in this quarterfinal match. And scores will be settled, I'm very sure. Alani managed to win Match J. It was a very curious game. They took Baron and were kind of maybe beneficiaries of kind of a very funky game, but ultimately they do what they had to do, winning it in 6 turns and to project themselves into this quarterfinal match. As for Twist Pickle, however, he had to fight his way through the wildcard, which he managed to do, winning wildcard K, taking out Imperium Cup finalist Gugu, for squeaking through Match D in the round of 14, picking up one of the fastest loser spots in order to qualify here. So Twist has had to really claw to get this far, and I think they'll be pretty happy to have made it to the quarterfinals, but there is a worry that maybe this could be a step far, but who knows? Anything can happen. It's a straight shot. Of course, it is only winners that qualify at this stage, and 7 of the best second places out of all 9 games being played. And last up is Kev, who came third initially in Group H. This is the group that was absolutely dominated by Ipamster and Lumistraw. Ipamster having booked his place into the semi-finals. Loomis, unfortunately, getting knocked out earlier in the competition. I think Kev, to get the best of the rest, I think is totally fine. And it was a chaotic group when 2 players are dominating so heavily. It does make it a bit weird for the rest of the players. No doubt about that. But Kev managing to get through, finding his way through the wildcards, with a very close win over Morhan in Shadowblade and Wildcard H, and then coming the round of 14, where they came second place to Badger in Match E, and of course Badger having now gone out in the quarterfinals, who to me was a favourite for the tournament. So Void has had to scrap his way in as well, and it's fascinating, from the previous game I covered, where it was basically all people that had won their groups, you had 2 players who went undefeated in the groups, to this one where it's far from clear and say, for that reason, LSR definitely comes to this as favourite, and I think he will see his way through. But outside that, I don't know. Is anyone here going to make a real good shot for second place? Are we going to see a real quick win? It's hard to know. I think this could be a chaotic game, however. I think we're going to see over the quarters, we've seen a lot of good quality, and that's not to say we're going to see it here, but there could be some absolute carnage in this one, and I am totally down for that. But LSR for me to get through, and as for second place, I'm going to go with Kev. I think Void to get into the second place, but if it'll be enough to qualify into the next round, that is another question entirely. Alright, we'll get us ready for the game here. We are being joined, as mentioned, by Mr. Drezo. I am pronouncing that correctly. I still don't know. I'm scared.
Oh, no, you got it right this time.
I used to.
I think it was the first tournament where...
Or something like that? I don't know. I'm sorry.
You're just pulling my leg now.
It's fine. Anyways, yeah, getting ready for the game here. So Twist Pickle's got the first player spot, which means it will be Alani to pick first. Wow. Well, this is a fascinating row. This is like, I look at this row and I love it, and I also hate it. Wow. Okay, so let's break this down here. So we've got the Fading and Death Commando, which is never too bad to have. Spice Smugglers could be pretty cool for some fun stuff. Imperial Spy is also okay, but right in the middle, we've got 2 scouts on the opening row, which means this is going to be a very interesting game. You might see a lot of liaisons disappear very, very quickly. Outside of that, tech-wise, we got wind traps, which I think could see a lot of use. There is obviously a bucket ton of swords here. No artillery, which is a real shame. I'd love to have seen artillery here. Finally, restricted ordnance, though, which could be good later on. And the powerful Holtzman engine, although buying Spice Must Flows could be a little tricky here. All things being honest. Leader-wise, well, we've got a lot of the big ones. Baron, Tesia, Beast, no shippers. No Yuna, no Hundro, no Lido and Ilban are here. But no Helena and no Ekaz, which, I mean, it's not a great row. So maybe that's not a big deal, but there's going to be some fun picks here, I suspect.
Honestly, I think this is probably, like, if I was in this game, the best strategy, in my opinion, would be try to rush that Holtzman engine and go for the turtle. So, based on the leaders...
And hope and wait for better cards to come out.
Exactly, and based on the leaders up there, I'd actually, frankly, think Beast is in the best position.
Yeah, this is a great row for Beast. I'm loving this as Beast. I'm looking at this thinking there's a lot of interest there. There are even worlds I would consider. I mean, I've said like many times I think Scout is the worst card in the game in the Rise of Ix. But I mean, like, if Artillery came off, like with those Scouts, you could be really hard to play against. So let's see. So Tom is gonna be up first, or Alani, I should see. So considering going Baron here, they have played Baron a bit, and obviously they did play Baron in the round of 14 game where they won as Baron in the 4th position in that bizarre match. Were they 3rd? I can't remember. But it was obviously a very strange game, but they did get through on them as Baron, so maybe they're going to back it again here. But I don't think there's easy choices here. You're obviously concerned if you take Beast, for example. I think it's fine in 4th. Tesia and Baron are coming, so does go for Baron in the 4th spot. Kev's up next. So, looking at this row, I mean, who on earth do you think would have been picked is the problem. It's really hard to know. Like, maybe Helena, but it's like, it's not great for Helena. Like, I would be sitting there thinking, I'm not really sure who's been picked.
I mean, in 4th position, I think your safest picks would have been either Duke Leto or the Beast, personally.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, Baron in 4th is... It's never ideal. It's kind of a bit of a block pick. So it is Leto taken in 3rd spot here by Void. So LSR 2nd, who... I think it's going to be either Tesia or Beast here, you would imagine. Though they'd be curious to know who's been picked. You know, thinking Tesia's been there for 2nd, they'd think probably Baron 3rd. I would sit there and think, well, it's probably Baron 3rd. But Beast it's going to be... I mean, it's a good Beast board. I don't hate it at all. So it is Beast in there, which means Twist is probably going Tesia here in 1st position, and Baron's going to be on their right, which is going to be really weird. Usually it's the other way around.
I think in this situation, Leto and Beast actually have the best, like, face-down odds in terms of seeding. Because if Beast had Alito behind him, he'd be on that constant struggle of, being chased down for his alliance. I mean, with the Imperium role you're seeing in this game, we don't have a lot of faction access.
No.
So Leto is actually a very safe pick, and in fact, even if he decides to go for a Spice Must Flow Leto, that would work. Get all of your...
Oh, goes
Actually,
Ilban. Leto hates it. Leto hates that. Didn't expect. I don't think they were necessarily expecting it when he picked, but so we have got Mentat conflict coming in here. Baron and Beast opposite each other here, so this is going to be a. This could. I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be an all over the place game. This I suspect. This is going to be kind of hard to predict here, but we shall see what's going to happen. So Baron is going to go ahead and go for the normal 2 of Spacing and Fremen. I don't know necessarily if I like Fremen in full, especially when Beast is in the game. I think that's could be a bit tricky. But he's going to go for it regardless here. And Windtrap is out there as well, so here we go then. And opening conflict is going to be the Spice Influence Skirmish here. One of the best, probably, in the early game, although Baron is a long way behind here. And it's going to be hard for him to get the Hardy Warriors. Ilban's up first. He's got his ring and Seek Allies. Beast has got both his diplomacies. No ring, though. Leto's hand is not fun. He's not liking the look of that at all. He might get his way to smuggling if he's lucky, though. Beast cannot get to smuggling, so he might get away with this. Baron finds his signet ring straight away, which is going to be hard to find a way. I don't think he's ever realistically getting the money from that, so... Bit unfortunate here. Wow, Ilban's going smuggling immediately. Wow. So he's going Mentat, right?
So Baron is probably going to find his way to Hardy Warriors or to Fold Space immediately over here. So
yeah,
it's
he's going to get one of the 2. I mean, Beast is really awkward because he's got both of his diplomacy. So I think I'd probably be going Hardy Warriors, I think. If anything, I don't know. It's really weird. If you only had one diplomacy, it's an automatic Fold Space. But if you've got both, I think aggression is the matter here, so he does.
Yeah, I agree on the Hardy Warriors because he wants to rush down an alliance. So even if he takes this bump at the Fremen itself and just gives Leto that free reign over shipping.
There are worlds where he just goes Steel Seats after this, possibly. And I don't even hate it. So, Leto just goes to Imperial Base, and then his hand obviously is pretty bad. Baron's just got to go Fold Space. It's pretty automatic. Ilban's going to go Mentat drawing immediately. Which is a little interesting, given the robe's not good. No, he doesn't bother. Steel Suits it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother either in his situation. The role's not that great.
Yeah, I was going to say.
At best, you're going to have 5 influence in your hand, and there's nothing up there worth that early 5.
He's got to put something in here, right? With 2 swords? He feels like he probably has to, right? I can't see him not putting in here. Yeah, he does put in the 2. So looking for the 2 spies here. Beast is up. Beast, I think, would have gone Steel Suits if possible. So he's going to just pick up Wind Traps now, which makes, I think, total logical sense. Look to win the combat. Gives you 5 Persuasion, which might be of some use. But I think Wind Traps seems pretty logical here. Get this online straight away with Beast. Look to try and win some combats, get some water. Hit Hardy Warriors. Hello.
Oh, that is massive.
That is very, very notable to several... I mean, Ilban's looking at that thinking, I would like a piece of that.
No, and I think, like, if Elisar wants the absolute best start he can have right here, his next action, because he's going to have both of his dunes and a single dagger and a signet ring in hand, his best move is probably going to be hitting the Haga Basin.
Yeah, I would have gone Haga Basin as well, yeah, and then look to just pick up that and go from there. But reveals early to pick up the Imperial Spy. Bene Gesserit Initiate comes in. Yeah, I would not have hated... I guess he figures he wants to use his ring for something, though. But, I mean, I would not have hated Haga Basin there. I would have not been against that at all. Maybe even Haga Basin, put your 2 troops in, thinking you could catch Beasts off guard. You know, you got both daggers, you might be able to catch him, but I don't know. So, Baron's just going to go Carthag, which seems, I think, reasonable. See what he finds. Oh, dear. Well, that is bad news for the Beast. That is very bad news for the Beast there. Baron has got a lot of Fremen bumps in store here. It's going to be hard for Beast to get this alliance. Could be so. He's gonna have to commit very heavy here.
It's a little bit of a sticky situation, that entry he just pulled, but
so Ilban reveals for 1. I don't think he's gonna buy any scouts here. Beast has got 5. I mean, Fedaykin doesn't look too bad here.
As Beast, 100% you go for Fedaykin here because Beast's character ability, the Signet Ring giving him the ability to generate troops, is massive.
Wow.
And that's another.
That's pretty good. Another the second Imperial Spy comes off. Wow.
I think
weird.
picking up Chom is just good for Beast to deny it from others, but I don't necessarily see him getting a lot of advantage out of it.
I think just the passive Solari generation might not be too bad, to be honest. Yeah, I know, right? It's bizarre. So Baron's got free to buy here. Curious to see what he might go for here. I mean, Pure Spy's fine. He's eyeing up Spice Smugglers, but I think it's gonna be difficult to exercise that. Jesuit Initiate's also, I think, fine. It's a good workhorse card here. You're a bit worried about what you might peel off though. Okay, Geomanipulation comes off, pretty good. Good for him actually. We've just picked up Initiate. And nothing gonna happen here, so it's gonna be Beast to take it down. Let's see. Beast decides to go shipping, or he's gotta go Fremenbump, right?
I think since he picked up the Chom Delegate, he's probably going to consider trying to go shipping, because even if he gets it a little bit later into the game,
He can obviously he can infiltrate in, yeah, I guess so. So this is a result for the Beast here, or Baron even. Baron sees that and thinks, thank goodness, I've got a chance at this alliance here. So yep, needs to get his water here. So it is next round. It is Trade Monopoly. Wow. More water available. I don't know. This is a weird combat.
it's pretty sad to be Duke Leto in this situation. His hand has just drawn everything he does not want in the same hand.
Well, that was the problem. I mean, but there was nothing he could do about it. He knew he was going to draw everything this round. Unless he can find a way to get a Solari and, like, get his Mentat. Like, Wealth Mentat, I don't hate. Because, you know, Ilban's got all of his... He's lost all his council cards. So maybe Wealth Mentat with your Signet Ring and go from there?
It is a... I think it's actually a good move, but...
The problem is there's no way he's not going to be able to get hold of Spy Satellites, and Beast is saying, I would very much like Spy Satellites, please. Now, the question is anyone going to block this? Like, someone's going to block this, right?
I don't think anyone's in a position... Actually, Baron could as his first action, but...
Baron could block it. He's not doing much else here, and he would give us some persuasion to buy. I don't think Lido will, but I think Lido, Wealth, Mentat looks pretty good. No, he's going to fire...
Oh my god!
Wow, so he's blocking Baron.
Oh my god, this is...
This,
Well, like, Baron just gets shipping access then, but he doesn't have the cards in his hand to...
I mean, this is weird. So what do you do as Baron? But the problem is, if you go shipping access, you're just giving Beast Spy Satellites.
I think you just risk it. Like, the problem is he's already in 4th position as a Baron, which gives him a huge disadvantage. If he decides to give up shipping this action,
How's he get there? Yeah.
I highly doubt Ilban's going for it, and we might actually see it cycle all the way back to Lido, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ilban can't stop Spy Satellites here, so Baron's... It's not an easy choice, this. Like, you're giving the Beast a lot here, but you're also benefiting by getting access to shipping first, and Lido's not going to get in the way in time. Yeah, that was curious, that. I mean, the Hardy Warriors, I get it, blocking Baron, but... I think Fold Space can't be bad. I think that's the way to look at it, right? Fold Space cannot be a bad move.
It's never a bad move, especially early in the game, having faction access when your Imperium row is essentially completely deprived right off the bat.
Yeah, and he's already obviously got one Fold Space in his deck here, so I think you just got to take it. It's annoying because obviously you can't make the second move.
Wow. Oh,
he's going well for the Dagger redraw. Wow. Okay, so
I do not agree with this because, like, honestly, there's only 2 good cards up here. Like, Imperial Spy, you know, it's a one-time use and you're done.
And now Ilban's got to go there, right?
Ilban can't. He should be hitting Fold Space, but I really don't think he will.
And what else is he doing here? He can't. There's no point cashing Smuggling again. He has no council access. I think he has Steel Suits. What is going on here?
I honestly think it would have been a good idea for Ilban to just grab the spice from Great Flat and
so
start
Beast finds a way to spy satellites, but probably not in the fashion he was expecting. Wow. Well, that's a huge. I mean, Beast getting that is very. I mean, the table might pay a price here for that. I'm not gonna lie. They might really regret that they've done that. Spy satellites and wind traps on a Beast is very scary. So Lido's gonna go Signet Ringing. There are worlds where the Baron is actually going to go Mentat and re-find access to Fold Space. Can you believe that?
Sorry, is that I can't see what intrigue Lido just drew. Is that
he's got a calculated higher, which is no.
I would have completely played that like immediately if I was Lido.
Oh, 100%, but he didn't. So Baron got the Mentat, especially because Baron's obviously going Mentat, like he's made that pretty clear.
Exactly.
That would have been mortal to him. That'd been really bad. Anyways, Mentat does redraw for the Baron, finds Dune Desert Planet, which is not what he was looking for. What a weird opening this has been. So Great Flat comes in, so he's eyeing up maybe highlinering. Who knows?
I think he's going to go for the Holtzman engine.
Holtzman is also logical.
Like Ilban and Holtzman, like
they make sense. Yeah, they make sense.
By far one of my favorite leaders to play in. Especially if you have a Baron behind you, you know that, at least for half of the game, you're getting the Mentat uncontested. Probably 75% of the game. Baron's not going to have enough Solari generation to block you, and Lido is not going to be leaving shipping open for Baron to take it on his turn. So,
yeah.
At least 3 out of 4 rounds you have Mentat, and Beast has the Spy Satellites now. He's probably really not going to care.
Yeah, interesting. So he puts in the troop here, figuring that Baron's probably not going to, because he wants to protect the troops, but he can definitely put in a couple of troops here. Or a troop and be pretty good here. Beast reveals for 5. I mean, like, G-Manipulation looks pretty good. Imperial Spy also looks pretty good. Is he just going to do liaisons here and just, I mean, Imperial Spy is less good, obviously, because you got Spy Satellites here. So it looks like he's just going to try and win some combat and then get some Spy Slows and call it a day. But
yeah, but Gene Manipulation is just so good.
Yeah, I think
the deck thinning just lets you draw into your Signet Ring more often, and
especially his Beast. Like, that's the one problem Beast has is culling your deck sometimes because your spice is elsewhere. He just goes for 2 liaisons.
I do not agree with that at all. But
Lido grabs it. Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, the Baron now has an interesting choice here. Does the Baron only reveal because Ilban's taking that if he plays? Oh my god.
No, I think Baron has to go to smuggling to get that 1 Solari because he has 6 cards left and he's definitely getting his Signet Ring next turn. But
no, he's putting troops in. I had a feeling he was going to put in troops in here. So Ilban's going to get Guild Bankers and Holtzman Engine. That's pretty scary.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Like,
it's
beyond scary. That is just because we're already looking at a game where Ilban's potentially going to have 3 out of 4 rounds uncontested.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. So, Guild Banker's taken. It'll be a liaison as well. Baron wanted to get the troop in because he wants to get... he's going to get second place here, and red and green are going to get nothing. So, this is actually not a bad result for Baron here, getting in the way here. Full Persuasion buys Duncan Idaho. Worm Riders turns up here, which is going to be pretty hot property, I suspect. Nothing to be played here, so Lido wins it, gets hold of Trade Monopoly somehow. And Baron's going to get the water and the intrigue. Nothing for anyone else here.
I still think Lido made a big mistake not playing the calculated higher immediately because...
Oh, dear. Yeah, I would have done that. I would have, cut the Baron out. That would have been really brutal. But never mind. Didn't do it. Alright, next combat is going to be the Guild Bank Raid here. Alright, so Leader's just going to smuggle and cash in. Obviously means Baron is not going to be able to get his Signet Ring off again, which is obviously unfortunate. Leader's going to get access to shipping this way. Baron will be able to fold space and get there himself, however. Hardy Warriors is still open if he wants to. But I think I wouldn't be Hardy Warrior in this one. You want to wait for a victory point like next round, probably.
I would Hardy Warriors just to get it out of the way. Like, it is 6 Solari that,
I mean, the money's still pretty good, I guess. The money is still pretty good here. It's early game. You're the Baron. Money's good. I don't hate it.
I don't understand why Lido didn't go for Fold Space, though, because he's the only person who has... Like, now he has shipping access, sure, but he can't Baron, He doesn't have any more triangles in his hand to go there.
Maybe he figures that even if he goes Fold Space, then Baron just Hardy Warriors it and gets his access anyways. and he'd rather just cash in the smuggling to get some money together.
But what does he need to do with the money? He doesn't have any green cards in his hand for any kind of like purchase power.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's gonna like go. I don't know. He does hardly worry anyway, so in they go. Let's see what Lido's plan is. So that is the Master Stroke. So they are force bumps. So Fremen bump, spacing bump. There's going to be a war for this Fremen Alliance coming in here, by the way, kids. This is going to be a pretty savage fight, I suspect. Ilban finds Gil Bankers immediately, by the way. He has 6 persuasion with it. How can Ilban take more actions and keep hold of that? Well, there's Holtzman. So Holtzman, and I think he's probably just going to reveal and call it a day, right? Take a point and move on from there.
Yep, 100% the right move.
Looks pretty good to me. Holo project to the next step, by the way. Very good. Beast is going to go grab the Mentat here. Beast, oh my, Beast can buy Spiceman's Flow. He might do it with Spice Satellites. He might consider that. So Lido goes well to show up ready for his Mentat here. He had, of course, no access to Interstellar shipping.
Yeah, I don't... I think maybe Lido just forgot that it costs him 7 Solari and not 8 to buy a Swordmaster.
Maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, just Fold Space and Dune Desert Planet to shipping does seem more logical, but it's not here. So Baron's up. He has access to shipping, and he's just got to do it, right? Oh, he's got urgent mission as well. I mean, you just Signet Ring and Gesture Initiate, I guess, and just.
I see no reason Baron shouldn't double ship here. Like, just Signet Ring first, see what intrigue you get, then decide to urgent mission with the Initiate. Like,
yeah, and then next round you're shipping. You're basically doing 3 Interstellar shippings in a row. That is nuts. I think, yeah, it looks good to me. And you can use those bumps just to push the Fremen Alliance and just say, what are you going to do here? So,
like, I wouldn't even bother with a tactile over here. I would just straight up buy, or
yeah, I would tier 2 it twice.
Level.
I would not go Tex yet. I think just get the bumps in. So here comes the bump. Oh no, that's not fair. That should not be allowed to go to the Baron. That should be like Baron should be banned from getting that. Bribery goes to him. It's pretty gross.
Again, like we have to see what's going on here, because the biggest thing is like this Imperium Row really doesn't have much faction access. So realistically, everybody's only getting their faction bumps from shipping, and in Lido's case, he's getting it from a Signet.
Yeah.
But that I feel like it was a huge miss. Like if he had just hit full space with his Seek allies, that extra fold space, that access card in your deck is massive.
People forget the value of the fold space. Yeah, just having access to that is really good here. So Ilban's having a look here, and he's trying to work out what to do. He's considering... I think he's considering hitting his fold space of his Guild Ambassador and like picking up Worm Riders. I think that's what he's looking at.
I think that's
it's
not
hard. Yeah, I think you just got to take the point.
Because
when you got Holtzman,
this is a tournament game. Like this is if this was a casual game, sure, like mess around a bit. But this is a tournament game. I have no idea why he's doing this. Like, he puts the one troop in. Okay, he might get.
No way! Are you kidding me? That's not right. I mean, I agree. I hate that move, and he has gotten the ultimate reward. Can you believe that?
Oh my god,
that's disgusting.
That is honestly disgusting. He gave up a victory point for an intrigue where he wasn't even guaranteed it was going to be a good intrigue.
Lunacy. And he's now got Guild Bankers, Holtzman Engine, and Corner Market. I mean, what?
But now it's like, does Beast early reveal just take the free Spice Must Flow point, or does he toss a troop in for potentially 2 Solari? Like, are you going to give up a Spice Must Flow or basically a victory point for 2 Solari?
Yeah, he's just buying the point. He's got Spice Satellites. He figures, sure, let's rock and roll.
This
is a bizarre match.
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
This is bizarre. I mean, I figured coming into this, like, this was going to be a very unpredictable game, and I had no idea what was going to happen, and so it has clued to be. What a ridiculous match here. So, Leader reveals for 5. He's going liaison heavy, I think. He just grabs the one.
He has to go liaison heavy. Nothing on that Imperium Row is worth 2 influence, and
no, it's a terrible. It's 6 persuasion or nothing here. So Baron's up. Baron's trying to work out what his next card is. He's trying to wonder what he's going to draw. It is his Fold Space card, but that should not deter him from using Bene Gesserit Sister. Or you could just use your Doom Desert Planet instead, actually, and make sure you get Fold Space next round.
I think I would still be using the Bene Gesserit Sister because you know you have your sister, your Signet, and your Diplomacy in your hand. Actually,
It's his only card left. No, I wouldn't hate
then I
doing the
would-
Fold Space and guaranteeing access to shipping next round.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see how many cards he had.
Yeah,
left
it's
in
his last
profile,
one. It's his
but
last thing. Is that? So I think it's Recall, Doom Desert Planet, save your Fold Space so you're guaranteed some access into stellar shipping of some kind.
I mean, I would say he can choose to hold on to his recall for next turn so that he can double ship on his next turn without the others.
I would just get it. I would get it in here. You've already got free intrigues as well. I mean, I know you can obviously spend them, but I think just getting the resources going here, I think is. The thing is, you also, I mean, it's so weird. There's no combat going on. I mean, I think is you can do it now though. Next round, you might not get access to double interstellar shipping. You might not draw it.
But the thing is, if he does it now, what is he cashing out for? Because if he cashes out for Solari, then next round, because unexpectedly, Ilban here is going to be getting 8 Solari, which means he could actually get his Swordmaster.
He could. I mean, well, so be it. I don't think that's a big deal. So he is going to.
I don't think he realizes it's his full space.
He hasn't realized it yet. If he'd known it was his full space, he wouldn't do it. Is he going Tex?
Maybe he decides to draw the full space and then cycle.
Oh, well, he's going to see it. He's going. I guess he's going Hollow Projectors. Well, here
or
we go
he's
then.
going for Restricted Ordnance, which is actually
Pretty nuts.
not a bad idea because the 6 Solari from this combat essentially pays for the High Council.
I mean, he's going to have so much money. He's going to be rolling in it here. This is pretty nuts. So, Baron might just bump and use his Throwing Bump here and just take this alliance and call it a day, which I don't hate either.
I wouldn't rush the alliance. The thing is, if you have intrigues that give you faction bumps, yeah. So he wanted to go down up, which makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, this is the better way to do it. So you can just click that and call it a day. So all right, so he will take this. I think he's. I don't know. Curiously, he could also rush it with the. You could also just rush the spacing alliance in a weird way. Like you take the bump and then you take cash. Oh, he's going. Emperor.
I wouldn't rush space. I mean, I would not be touching the spacing over here because you don't have, like, your deck doesn't really have anything to secure spacing for you, and you do have a Duke Leto behind you.
Well, he might just use his bribery to do it. I've seen people.
I don't think
do
this
that.
is the right call. I really don't think spacing is the right call. Especially not when you have a Fremen Intrigue in your hand and it's already competitive.
I mean,
Like, I agree nobody has access to spacing particularly, but like you have a Duke sitting right behind you. A Duke can easily get.
Yeah, he and it's obviously he's gonna have access to shipping as well, so it's gonna be tricky here. But anyway, so he does do it. He draws his Fold Space. So Ilban just takes the liaison and calls it a day. I think players would be a bit surprised to see the Guild Bankers there and realize he went to Carthag, but I mean, he's drawn the craziest card you could imagine, so he's got away with it, I think. Completely ridiculous. So back to Baron here. So
yeah, if there was ever a game someone could say luck carried.
I mean, that's a ridiculous draw. Completely.
Like, all he needs now is a disposal facility, and he could essentially be buying 2 Spiceman's Flows every turn.
I mean, it's nuts, absolutely nuts here. So Baron is up. I think he's debating whether to use his intrigues here or not. Probably doesn't need to worry about it. Like, it's just some points here. A couple of buy for the reveal. I don't hate Imperial Spy for Baron here. I mean, it's some faction access. You don't have very much of it. You got your diplomacy in your Fold Space, and that's it. I don't hate Imperial Spy here. Imperial
Spy is a great card, like, especially when you only have diplomacy, but I really don't think he should be using intrigues. Like, part of the power of an intrigue is, there's like
he's having it, not using
24 of the intrigues are combat intrigues, and when you hold intrigues in your hand face down, people don't know what they're dealing with.
Exactly. You could have any intrigue in the world, and people could think it's any other intrigue in the world.
Like, Leto may actually try to chase him down on this spacing alliance, and if he uses the bribery now, he's essentially showing his hand.
Yeah, we shall see. So, just a couple for the Baron. Yeah, I think Imperial Spy would like. But this has been a bizarre opening 3 rounds. Like, this has been really, really strange.
I still can't believe the amount of luck that Ilban has just chanced upon.
I
Joe
cannot.
Bankers
Quarter of the
dominant.
market drawing a Carfang is just unbelievable. We'll have to, if he wins this game, that's going to be like crazy. And we'll talk about that. Don't worry. Anyways, nothing to happen here. So Baron gets the 6 cash. Ilban gets the 4. So Ilban was going to get the money regardless.
If he doesn't win this game, I'll be surprised. Like there's
So many. He has so much. He has so much going on that it's crazy. Right. Anyways, let's see. Does Baron find his way to shipping? Does he somehow not draw it? It's very possible. It could happen.
4 out of 13 have triangles on them.
He does get there, so he's fine. All right, raid stockpiles is next here. No victory points. There's no victory points in any of the combats yet. That's gonna start annoying LSR as the beast a little bit here. He's obviously looking for points to start coming up eventually that he can start making a punt on here.
Like honestly, my prediction for this game is I think Void is gonna end up overcommitting to like stopping Baron, who looks like he's in the lead, but you gotta keep in mind Beast is already at.
Beast is obviously a ton of endgame, and Ilban will have some endgame before this is all said and done. No question about that. Wow, Baron gauges. Wow, and Baron sword masters it to deny. That's pretty savage. I like it.
Like, I guess he's banking on Ilban denying Swordmaster next round as his first action.
I think so, yeah. I think this is maybe the fact that Leo obviously is playing to try and block Baron. There's a bit of tit for tat going on here.
Oh, but Lito didn't draw any triangles.
Oh, he didn't draw any triangles.
You're right. My god!
Oh no! Can you believe it?
I can't search his discard, but like, were both of his dunes and his signet ring in his last hand? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, he's just not found it. Oh my god!
My god,
that's nuts. Wow.
This game is just holy moly.
He's off the page, and we are only into the 4th round. We got a long way to go, kids. I hope you're ready. I hope you're buckled. You got the popcorn ready. I have no idea what is going to happen. If I knew this
was going to happen, I would have got that popcorn ready.
This is madness. All right, so Ilban's going to go Mentat, I guess, probably. Makes sense. He'll figure he's going to pick up some money from somewhere, I guess. He's got to start buying spots of those pretty soon. He gave it up last round, which was interesting. But he got a load of money out of it, so it was fine. Beast is up here. Beast has got to start figuring out how he's going to score points. If these combat victory points aren't coming up, he needs to start preparing himself. And the question is, how does he do it? He has no access to fold space, much to his annoyance. There's no way for him to get there either. Haga Basin, I don't hate. I think Beast might well consider. Here's no idea for Beast. Does Beast consider getting up to 6 spice to highlinering next combat, especially if it's a victory point, and that gives him access to shipping the round afterwards?
He could do that, but I think he should like smuggle just to get at least 1 point up. Like he's gonna be revealing, puts him at 5 Solari. If he happens to draw Chom again next turn, he has 8, so he can actually beat Lito to the Swordmaster. But
Carfang is first. I tell you, that's a good find for him. Finds double cross. That's pretty good. Beast will like to see that. Beast is just gonna limp in here. Interesting, he uses ring first, by the way. That was definitely notable. Lito up with Imperial Spy. I mean, what else can you do here? And Baron's looking at him thinking, wait, what? That's exactly what it is.
Expedite is a decent find, but still. Like...
Finds Expedite. He will get some use out of that, don't worry. He'll get that. He'll be able to dump that into he might well be able to dump that into the first tier 3 combat. He will be first to act on the round 7. So he will probably get some use out of that. Looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
Baron's I cannot believe it's absolute chaos here. So Baron like just ships, and I guess he takes the spacing bump.
I'm really hoping Ilban goes for a Spice Must Flow here. Like play his dagger to a negotiator first, and then play diplomacy wherever to get that half.
Yeah, that seems the move. I mean, he has to buy Spice Must Flow this round. I think it'd be ridiculous for him not to. I think it'd be absurd. Baron with his signet ring here. See what Baron's been rolling pretty nice with these intrigues. Let's see what he continues to find here. I think up and down it is. I think you just want to be hitting these tier 2s. I mean, like, Hollow Projects would be nice, but you got to cash this in because, like, Lito is going to just start cutting him off from all the rest of the shipping for the rest of this game now. So I think you up and down and you cash this in and call it a day.
I
See
don't
what you
think
find.
Leto would be the one. I mean, Leto is gonna cut him off, but Beast is also eventually gonna
Beast
get
will
his
also
way
get
up.
his way in as well, but it'll be some infiltration, so we'll see. Either way, Baron is not going to be going in solo shipping again for a little while. He does take the bump to spacing, which makes sense.
Yeah. I
Taking
think the right move for Baron is probably like by the end of this turn, go for play his diplomacy, go for Fremen.
strategic push is found. It's
Doesn't need
okay.
it.
It's okay. I mean, it's two swords, I suppose. Takes the spice, which I don't hate. I think that makes sense. He's obviously trying to deny Ilban access to his thingy here. So Ilban has to smuggle now because he didn't take the Solari, which I think makes sense.
And Baron doesn't really need the Solari anymore because he's already got his Swordmaster. He has a 5 for High Council. I
Hold on.
don't see
How
him.
how's Ilban buying? Sorry, how is Ilban buying Spicer's Flow here? Oh, tech negotiation still gets in there. He has to hope no one goes there, basically. Which
Exactly. So he's gambling on that, or he hits
high
Arakeen.
or high council as an emergency, which would be guaranteed. He wouldn't want to do that, but I mean, it's there. We'll see. Beast is up. This is like a morbidly fascinating game where I don't understand anything that's happening. It's how do you... Oh man, this is a curious quarterfinal.
I think, I think Leto buying High Council here would be the right call for him, to be honest. But I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
I
too
mean,
many.
I don't hate it. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. He needs to find a use of calculated higher, but no, he's just going diplomacy. Just gonna go steel suits, get some spice, deploy some troops. I mean, I don't hate the move. I don't hate the move. Man,
Baron still has a fold space, so I don't think
yeah.
selective reading is the right call on his end.
No, I don't.
I would honestly just play my diplomacy to fold space, get that secured.
And just
With
try and get
bribery
there.
in hand, like if Duke Leto even tries to steal it, you can secure it and just waste his actions.
You can always just go secrets. I actually don't hate secrets here either.
We're only on round 4 of the game though. The main thing, like full space is faction access, and on round 4, if he gaps it, if he keeps himself on the 5th level, he kind of like denies any.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes to 5th space, like Leto's never challenging him. Like it's basically safe. There's no way Leto's ever really going to catch him. As long as it's 4, there is a niggling that it could happen, which I accept. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, you could even. I don't think secrets is bad. I think fold space is fine, but I don't think he's gonna think, oh, getting the fold space access. I don't think he's gonna think that. I reckon he'll probably go more for material gain, which he's gonna go secrets, I imagine. Hardy Warriors, I don't think makes a ton of sense. He's also up Haga Basin as well, maybe.
Yeah, the only issue with secrets is it gives him 4 intrigues, and if the 4th one is not immediately playable, he's gonna have to either reveal his Fremen bump, which gives Leto ammunition on his signet, or he reveals bribery, which, because it's a flex card.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that if he doesn't have to. That is admittedly an issue, but I don't know. Baron is eyeing up Haga Basin here. Don't know. I mean, I guess he's figuring, well, Haga Basin, if he doesn't take Haga Basin now, he's never getting there. Someone else is taking that spice. Everyone's got 1 water. He's never getting the Great Flat. So if he wants the spice from Haga Basin, he'd have to do it now. And that's what we're seeing here. He's going Haga Basin. So what's he planning to do with all this spice then? To give him the diplomacy, though, is pretty brave.
Yeah. That's my only issue with this move. Like, diplomacy is just so hard in this game. Or faction access is just so limited.
And when you've got that early advantage of that shipping in your faction card and like the intrigues you found, like you should probably try and push that advantage. But I think he wants to get in. He wants to get a spice here. He definitely should not put in 2. There's no reason to.
I don't think he knows what the other people have, which is like it's a very tough situation. I mean, Honestly, we might see Lito play his like instead of his reveal. Oh no, there's no Mentat for him
No,
to play.
no. The thing is, Ilban's in the game, so Ilban's going to take it a lot. That's the problem with Leo here. It's hard for him to get hold of calculated higher. He can't throw in that many. I'm pretty sure he's yeah, you can't throw in that many, buddy. 2 max. It's one too many here.
I think if he throws in, yeah, I don't know. Like 2 is gonna give him 1 spice, but obviously he doesn't know that Lito has double daggers, or well, he's searching right now, so he
Yeah, I mean, he's thinking like selective breeding. Maybe he's thinking like strategic push. He just wants to kind of get it out of there. But I mean, he probably shouldn't. Yeah, he realizes like, yeah, this is kind of a bit doesn't make a lot of sense. He's happy. He's taking the time of his turns, which is fine. There's no time in this competition. He's putting plenty of thought here. Like, I don't want to speak necessarily for him, but I don't know if Alani thought he was going to make it here to the quarterfinals. And now that he's here, he's like, he's putting thought into this. He doesn't want to do anything too stupid. And I don't blame him, It's the quarterfinals of a pretty tough tournament.
interestingly, 2 of them are gonna have the. He's not ended his turn. Didn't end your turn.
Yeah, it's all about material. Like, if nothing's been changed materially, that's fine. He'll need his water back, however. So, taking the idea back here.
I think he might be considering hitting Hardy Warriors now because of the.
He really wants, yeah, he may be doing it that way. I mean, it's possible.
It's
I
just-
think he
it's
really
too
wants that
important
Throne
to
Alliance.
default.
I think that's what he's thinking. He really wants that Throne Alliance, and he wants to deny it to Beast because he's concerned about Beast. The thing is, it's really weird. So Beast has got spy satellites, which means Beast has to make a punt for one of these alliances, right? And I guess Ferrin makes the most logical sense.
I can see Beast double crossing over here.
I think there's going to be some madness here, and double cross is going to be good. Baron is
Yeah,
not
guaranteed to win.
Baron is not going to be able to make this up here, unfortunately. So it's a little unfortunate for Baron.
I feel so bad for Baron. He's just getting completely screwed over in so many ways.
I don't know. It's a bizarre game. Like he got, I don't know. It's very
If he
strange.
gets double crossed here, he's tied for last with Lito, which means he's only gonna get 1 spice for 4 troops and.
Oh yeah, I mean that's gonna hurt. There's no question. There's no question here. So surely the double cross. He's thinking about it, but I mean, maybe he's thinking Baron must have something else going on here. It's like it's a bit of a weird move. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, but a double cross is a 4 sword swing, so.
I mean, it's huge.
I mean, then again, he could be thinking, hey, it's 1 intrigue and 1 spice. Is it really worth losing a 4 sword swing?
Yeah, and he decides against it. Wow, Baron gets away with it. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
I think he should have risked it just because he has wind traps. Like that extra water is also.
Yeah, that's huge. It really is huge. There's reason to try and go for it, be greedy. So Baron's gonna be able to play strategic push the boat and get some extra money out of this combat as well if he wants to, which I think he probably should, right?
No, I don't see any reason he should.
Well, the problem is he's going to pick up a 4th intrigue, so we're in the same position again. If it's an intrigue he can't use, and of course, remember he's going to be last to act, so he could get secret stolen.
Unless he plays his Fremen bump right now just to get the 4th intrigue out of his hand.
I think that's also totally fine, and I would not hate that. I think, yeah, using the Fremen bomb now and taking the alliance, I think would also be fine. But it is only 2 swords. No, it looks it's not going to be the case. So Ilban takes his first Spice Must Flow. He's going to get... I mean, it's ridiculous here. He could potentially get 2 Spice Must Flows and 5 points for it.
Yep.
That is nuts.
Technically, yeah, like that 1 spice must flow is already worth 2 points because it's half of a Holtzman, half of
Absolutely absurd. So Baron passes. So Baron's going to live life on the edge here. Maybe Baron was expecting some problems, but nothing happens. So Baron's going to be living life on four intrigues here. So this should be most curious.
He could also be gambling on the fact that nobody has any kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no! Oh, does he? Oh no! What's he doing? He's realised. Okay, what does he find? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
But he might not have it. It might get stolen.
I don't think anyone's going to secrets just because of the whole like. There's just too much to do this game. Like your diplomat, like Ilban and Beast both have to prioritize their diplomacy to full space.
I don't know.
Lito's gonna want to prioritize Swordmaster or shipping if Ilban somehow leaves Swordmaster.
I mean,
up
I
front.
have no idea, but it looks like he's going to get away with it here. Oh my, can you believe these hand draws? What, this game continues to get bizarre here. So it is Cloak and Dagger, which has some definite interest here. So Ilban Swordmasters, obviously keeping away from Lido, he has to. Beast, I guess, has to fold space, yeah. Right?
Yeah, he needs to get that online as soon as possible.
He's got to get it ready for next round, you would think. That and Chome Directorship is going to be able to give him a chance to... and Chome Delegate, he can cash in for like a tech or something as well. Looks pretty good here. It's a bit of an awkward hand, though. He's not drawn great.
I think he just barrels into combat here. I mean, get your full
With
space,
what?
Signet into Carthag, Signet into Arcane. Or, actually,
He's got
maybe
no garrison.
maybe even Signet the Mentat. I don't think anyone's blocking full space, so he could actually gamble and leave that open.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to play it safe here. Yeah. I don't think he's going to take that chance. Doesn't think it's worth it. Lido's going to go ahead to Haga Basin. Or, no, shipping even. My apologies.
So
That's
Baron
what I
can
meant.
actually go grab Haga Basin for the 1 water here and immediately burn
And
his...
take an absolute bucket ton of spice. That would be brutal here. I mean, to be fair, I love the move. I mean, he's got Sleeper Must Awaken. Like, it makes logical sense, right? You need spice. Yeah, Fremen Bump, get the water. Bene Gesserit Initiate to Haga Basin. I mean, that feels pretty good. And I think he sees it. He's looking at it. I think it's definitely the move. And here it comes. Hello, Daddy Haga. Get in that 4 spice. I wouldn't use a fold space for it. Might as well use a Gesture Initiate, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know why he's holding that full space. Like it's scaring me seeing him hover over it.
Yeah, what's he thinking? What else is he considering here?
Potentially selective breeding, but maybe he sees that he already has both of his convincing arguments.
I mean, I don't hate selective. The problem is, like, who'd go there? Ilban can't get there. I mean, Beast uses diplomacy. Lido, maybe? But is it that big a deal if you do selective? I don't think it's huge for you. I don't think it's that important. You've got points to get all over the place. I think you got Sleeper Must Awaken. Like, you've got the water here. You just got to pick up the spice, right?
That would be the right move, but he might be thinking of something we're not seeing. So
maybe he's thinking, like... I mean, considering everyone's got 1 water, like, there's no way this is getting around. Surely. Someone somewhere is going to grab this. By the way, Ilban went Swordmaster and drew his Spice Must Flow card, which is not what he wanted to see. That is a disastrous draw for Ilban.
yeah, but he could always go to smuggling, cash down, get the 5 Solari, get the faction bump.
High Council, perhaps. But Lido could well go there, though. Lido, I think, might be going there.
I don't think Lido's going there, because if he was going to go there, he would have gone there last turn.
Oh, no, he went shipping, didn't he?
No, last turn he hit Still Suits for the 1 water.
Oh, last round? Oh, I don't know.
Or sorry,
He
last round. Yeah, sorry.
does eventually go for the Initiate there. Putting some thought into it, which is fine. He'll throw a troop in. I don't hate that. I think, bit of a limp in here, see what happens. Just need to draw a card here. That is mandatory. Hello, Duncan, Idaho. That's a nice find. That feels pretty good. He's struggling for access a bit is the only issue here, but
everybody is, to be honest.
Yeah, everyone's kind of struggling here. This is getting awkward.
Because we've had 2 Imperial Spies. I don't know if Baron has used his yet. If he hasn't, it's one of his...
No, don't think so, no.
Yeah, so one of his next 2 cards is an Imperial Spy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile... Yep. So Ilban's
taking for Ilban, so he's gonna hope to get the High Council and/or Mentat. Where do you bump here as Ilban? Your faction access, by the way, currently is abysmal. Like, you've had 2 bumps in 5 rounds.
I don't agree with the Bene Gesserit bump, because that just gives Lido more ammunition.
Yeah, I agree.
At this point, if Lido's chasing Fremen or spacing, he's doing it at an almost, I'll have to steal it to benefit. But
Beast stalls. Goes to Mentat with his signet ring. He found his Doom Desert Blanche. I don't think that's what he was looking for, but he's got it.
No,
Lido's
but now he can actually trash a card, so
yeah. Once
doesn't-
again, Lido, by the way, loses calculated higher access. Eventually, he's going to have to use that. What's he going to do here? I'm curious. I don't think there's any way he can, like, steal an alliance. He's only got 2 bumps with Signet Ring and whatnot. So I think he is blocking high count. So I figured he was going to do it. I just had a feeling.
Oh my God.
He was going to block Ilban. And then obviously chase him at Bene Gesserit as well. For
Yep, I saw the Benny bump coming. It's just,
yeah.
for an Ilban.
Offered it up. So Ilban is not liking his life. I don't know how he gets Spice with Slow here. I don't think it's on.
Ilban should just play the Guild Ambassador to Wealth at this point.
Yeah, just go Wealth. I think Guild Bankers there I don't seem too bad. Baron's up first. Baron's got like Duncan Idaho, so he's gonna want to get some more dudes in, I would imagine. Do you go Steel Suits maybe?
No, I think he should go to Selective Breeding with Full Space.
Yeah, and he does.
He's the same thing. But then he has his Imperial Spy coming up in the next few cards, which he probably wants to get rid of, which means he's going to burn another Intrigue.
Well, to be fair, I don't know. I'm curious to see what the players think that he's got, given the fact there's his Spy, given the fact he's got so many, given the fact he's got obviously so much spies, that I wonder what they wonder that he's got. There goes the dagger. So Recon is found, draws again. He finds his diplomacy.
So 2, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 influence in hand. I think, honestly, playing Duncan to Siege Tabber would probably be a good move for him.
I wouldn't hate it. There are worlds he finds Spice Must Flow. It's not impossible. It's pretty hard. I don't know what the rest. He's got 3 more cards. Oh, he has no way of getting it. They're all ones, so he wouldn't get there.
I was just thinking of it. I was like, as far as I know, I don't think he's bought a single.
So Ilban goes for Hollow Projectors, which makes sense. Arlani expressing his concern over spy satellites. Yep, I would remember that's there, buddy. That's a pretty important tech.
He's just being sarcastic because he knows every intrigue in his hand is an intrigue that's amazing for him.
I mean, it's a problem. Well, I mean, that might be of interest to Beast as well. Look at that. Detonation devices. Does Beast actually commit to that? He's got the spice and he's got the money.
I don't think he does.
I don't know. I mean, he's...
The problem is it's very hard for him to win a combat.
It's tricky at the moment. I agree. He's got double cross. He's got some swords, but I mean, the problem is like, where's his alliance coming from? And I think that's the thing. I think Baron's got to be watchful on the spacing here, and a bit worried that Beast might try and like usurp him there. Obviously, to get his ring going if there's a way for him to do it. Now there isn't much of a way for him to do it at the moment, but weird things happen.
Yeah, Beast is just too far behind on alliances. Like, it's not. I don't think he's getting one this game. I think he just needs to focus on shipping, garrisoning troops, and like detonation device is not a bad idea, but getting it on this turn immediately.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward. Doesn't have to get it right away. What about going Siege and getting his 2 water for Great Flat? If next round he pulls his delegate. No, he is going for it. He goes in. Does LSR? Hello.
I don't think that's the right move.
Wow, he goes for it. This is so he's putting his eggs in his basket here. He's saying, let's dance. Minimic Film is turned up, which is also pretty good. Wow, I mean, so LSR is putting his destiny in his own hands here.
Yeah, but the state of this combat, LSR could have hit Carthag, trashed one of those daggers, gotten a guaranteed 2nd place for just 1 troop. Like, and that also would have given him 6 spice for the next round.
Oh my god. LSR's gonna hope that Blue doesn't put any more troops. He's gonna double cross him.
Oh my god, yeah.
But he has no money.
He has no money.
He spent it all. Oh no.
Oh god. Yep, this is exactly why I don't think the Dreadnought was the right move on.
And
his
I don't
part.
think Baron would have put anything in. He absolutely should do. Oh my god, is there any way that Beast can get money accidentally? I don't think so. Oh my god.
I mean,
What?
unless for some reason Lido decided to use his expedite immediately for Solari, there's nothing that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
What is happening this game?
yeah, like he could have played his Death Commando, trashed one of his dunes or his daggers, and gotten a free
Yeah.
second place for one troop.
What do you
But
do as Baron here? Like, this is so bizarre.
I think honestly, if I was in Baron's situation, I would be putting one more troop into combat just in case
I'd be terrified of Ilban. Yeah, that would be really brutal.
Ilban has a double cross.
I mean, he
But
only put in the one at the start, just limping in, expecting a lot of problems, and no one's got in. Are they really just gonna let Baron have this for free? I guess they are. No one's got any actions.
the only
Crazy.
thing I'd be worried about is reinforcements and double cross. But again, Ilban's the only person who's not revealed, so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's a 1 in 50 something chance Ilban has double cross. I would just risk it, play my Imperial
Wow.
Spy, get the second bump at wealth right now.
What is happening here? This is bizarre.
Actually, wait, if he plays his dagger to no, High Council's blocked. Never mind.
It's all gone. Yeah, I was thinking High Council decisive, but no, obviously Leto took it. So I don't know. I think he's gonna be pretty terrified about just leaving one dude in. I think he's gonna be really scared of what Ilban's doing.
I think he should just risk it, like that, or just hit.
I mean, it's
He's
easy
gonna
for us
draw
to sit here and
intrigue
say
this
that,
turn
but
anyway, so he's gonna be intrigue bombed regardless of what he does. So if you're feeling risky, sure, use your reconnaissance, go to Carthag, put a second troop in, get another intrigue, so you end the round with 6. But
wow.
I
No,
still think
I think he would probably start cashing at that point and just trying to keep on below 3, whatever he's got, in some form or another. I would imagine. But yeah, this is.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think diplomacy or Imperial Spy is still the right call for him.
yeah, I mean, Imperial Spy it just gets it done. I think diplomacy is also good, but I think Imperial Spy is like I think it seems. I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but it just seems so weird. You sitting there thinking, is Ilban just gonna let me have this?
Actually, diplomacy to still suits.
Diplomacy
That
still
would
suits is
be-
the other option to protect the alliance. I also don't hate that
Not
as
just,
well.
not just that, he's gonna reveal Duncan, which gives him a second
Oh,
water.
and that gives him the second water for Great Flat. Oh my god. I was
And-
wondering if Beast
yeah.
should go Siege and he hasn't. Wow, it would be a baller move, but it does go Imperial Spy, which I think is totally fine.
Yeah, I think the still suits with diplomacy is ideal just because of the 2 troops in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and it gets an extra troop in just in case there's a double cross coming, and if Ilban's got reinforcements, he's got reinforcements. He's gonna use it, and so be it. There's nothing you can do about that. But it gives you insurance at least from one of them, and of course it gets you ready for Great Flat. And there's
That
gonna be
and,
6 spies there, and you're gonna be like swimming in it.
Yeah, if he still suits, he also has the freedom to play his Sleeper Must Awaken as well as his Bribery. So when he draws 2 more intrigues, he's not gonna have 4 going into next round.
Yeah, he would be safe there, which I wouldn't hate. But I think this is fine. This can't be bad. I mean, given the state of the table, like this is ridiculous. So he does do it. He will trash the spy. You don't have to trash the card to get the intrigue. You're not obliged. Master Tactician is sound, which I mean, he's not going to say
Maybe
no
he
to
just retreats 1 troop out of combat so he doesn't end up with 6 intrigues.
it. Have you ever seen a combat where there was no troops in? Have you ever seen that? I don't think I have.
Oh, I've seen those. Like, it's
I've never.
you know,
seen
someone
that.
has 5 in the garrison, and it turns out they did not draw any access cards.
So Sleeper Must Awaken gets played now. Answering the questions why he's going so much spice. So that's 7 for Arlani.
8 if he takes the bump at Bene Gesserit.
8 if he
9
takes the bump burn and
then-
Gesserit. So Alani is threatening another round 6 finish here. But I don't think it's going to be working out that simple. Not at this stage of the game. But I don't know. This is such a weird match. It's so non-standard. I think we went
the
off
crazy thing is if Pickle discards his Spice Must Flow here with his Tactile and manages to pull out the last...
and Twist is sitting here is like, I mean, what do you want me to do? He's looking for a 2 persuasion card. Does he find it?
Oh,
No, he misses.
Oh, that's the one card he did not need to draw.
He misses and finds his dagger. That's
If you
not
search
good.
if you search his draw pile, that's the one card that did not have one
Yeah.
person.
Oh, apart from his liaison, it's the only other thing that gets cancel access. If that's what he wanted.
4 5. Oh, that's super painful.
Yeah, one
Oh, well,
shot.
whatever. You can't do
So-
much.
No,
He
not a lot to do here.
he should be buying another liaison here.
I think I agree. I completely agree.
Like, he's not gotten much trashing done, and it's as soon as he buys one more Spice Must Flow, he's on 7 victory points.
Yeah. But this might be a race for first. Like, the thing is, this game's going at such a weird rate that whoever gets second here might be out. Remember, reminder, folks, like, currently, to even have a chance of getting into as a fast as second place, like, you've got to be getting, like, at least 9 points, if not 10. And I don't think this game has second place 10 points written on it at all. And Lotus and Alani's like, he's looking at him sitting, wait, what? Are you guys serious? And the answer is yes, they are serious. Merry Christmas. Have a free conflict for you. Happy New Year. This is bizarre. And he's going to get Worm Riders. He's going to get Worm Riders.
Worm Riders, and he could potentially have the Spice to Highliner next turn. It just depends on the 2 intrigues he draws.
What is going on here? It's absolutely nuts.
I genuinely might not even get Worm Riders. Just leave the Intrigue Imperium Row as is, because then you deny everyone else the ability to get a good card.
Well, I would agree. It's 6 swords. He's going for it.
Oh, and that's trash. Yep.
Assassination comes on the room.
Oh my God.
This could well be candidate for one of the strangest games of this entire competition. And
This
as
is-
it, Alani wins it. Round 5, 1 troop takes it all down.
Yep. He should draw the 2 intrigues before he takes his bump, just in case he gets like a Fremen or something.
Just a
Oh,
bit of
right.
context, kids. It's nearly 4 a.m. here. I did an 8-hour stream on my own channel before doing this game. I was exhausted. I was like, I guess I might as well call it. Drazo's come along for the ride. And now I'm watching this. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't miss this. He plays the bribery now. Oh, he's just
Oh, he's greeting it. He's greeting
going all in for the Emperor Alliance. Oh my god.
it. I mean, he might as well play his strategic push then.
Strategic push as well. I mean, he's not even in combat yet, but I agree. He should probably play his strategic push and see what happens. Oh my god, this is a ridiculous.
If he
game.
draws into a plans within plans,
I mean,
this is gonna be like a wet dream come true.
I mean, who knows? Here comes the push, so gets the cash.
4th position Baron is at 7 victory points going into round 5. That is
About to have 8. After 5 rounds, ridiculous. War of Life is found, which is playable. Secret Forces is found, which currently is not active, so that's a bit of a shame. But War of Life is still pretty big.
If he decides to get his High Council and Restricted Ordnance, that secret push and Water of Life
that's
combo
pretty
is...
disgusting. Yeah, here comes the Emperor bump, so 8 points for Tom. What is happening this game?
God.
But then they have to stop Baron, because at the moment, like, if this game ends in the next round, they're all out.
Baron just needs to go to Selective Breeding next round and uses Water of Life, and he can probably pull off a Spice Must Flow.
And that's it? It's going to be over? There's no way. The players have got to do something about this, right? Imperial Base is the next guy. I tell you what, that's good news for Baron. Maybe they might get distracted. Who knows? But remember, again, second place, like, bottom of the table was Roma. He had 9 spice and change, 9 victory points in change, and no one is close to that currently. So if this game ends this round and Baron wins it, they're all out. So they have to stop him, right? But how are they going to do that? This is so bizarre. Oh, Baron doesn't find any faction access, though.
But he still has this...
He has War of Life, so he's going to have to try and find it.
I think if he goes for Mentat and a High Council, Water of Life, Selective Breeding...
Oh my god, Beast doesn't even have any shipping access!
Oh my god.
He finds his Chome Delicate, but it's too late, so they're going in here. This is so crazy.
Beast is probably going to try to win this combat. That's +2 VP, 3
Yeah.
from Spy Satellites, puts him at 8, which... Wait, what?
What?
What is going on here?
Oh, he's prepping for Expedite is what he's doing. He's going to dump it into the combat, but that must be so obvious what's going on.
Oh, no, it's... Okay, he has his High Council, so he's going to try to expedite on Imperial Basin.
Yeah, that's
probably.
what he's going to do. But it's such a weird move, but that's what's going on here.
Baron still did not get faction access, but he
Baron
does
finds no
have enough
faction
for
access. He's got 1,
effect.
2, 3, 4, 5. He has 9 persuasion, but there's no way to get to get another point. Is it Mentat with Bene Gesserit
Mentat
initiative?
or High Council, 100%. Mentat or High Council here. Like, that's...
I think it's Mentat for me. You just want to find that access, but Shippy's right there, and you're like, what's going on? This is such a crazy game. This is absolutely ridiculous. Have you guys watching this? Have you seen anything like this before? This is just like surreal. Am I awake?
I think Duke might actually try to hit the Hardy Warriors here, take the faction bump there as well to try to like close that gap with Baron and potentially steal it next round.
I mean, I don't know. Someone's got to just steal the Lions, right? What is going on? I feel like I'm having a fever dream. Like I actually did go to bed, or I fell asleep in the chair. He does find Mentat. There's his faction access.
Yep.
Finds his dagger as well. Oh my goodness.
There we go. Game is, unless through some miracle intrigue somebody decides.
What? I mean, this
intrigue
is
the Alliance.
This is ridiculous. I cannot believe this is happening. Ilban is up. Ilban might be thinking like he's got a score here, but again, like he scored a victory. He gets a spice. He's only getting to like 7 or 8 points. He goes to secrets. He takes the first bullet, and I think he's saying someone's got to go to selective breeding, but no one.
He finds tiebreaker, which
finds
is actually
tiebreaker
pretty huge.
for 10
I mean, it's not
spice.
going to be enough, but it's still huge.
That's
Like,
pretty good find. Yeah, there's no Chamurki on the table. That 10 spice is pretty significant here.
Ilban is going to end this round with 8 victory points if he draws the right cards. Like,
But that's not enough. Beast is just going to keep throwing into Carfax. He's just going to get it all in here. He figures what he has to. Finds Poison Snooper. It's no good. So Beast is looking for 5 victory points here. 3 from endgame, 1 for winning the combat, 1 for his Dreadnought. Lido goes Swordmaster.
yeah, Beast can end at 8 at most.
Oh, he's taking it back. Oh, no, he's going with G Manipulation. Oh, my God. And just, yeah, Baron just goes Selective Breed. It's just game over.
Yep.
Wow. What? This has been... I cannot believe this match has happened. This seems like so absurd.
I mean, to some extent, you must be glad it was a quick game, right? You get to go to bed.
I don't know. Like, I'm so confused. Like, this has been a bizarre... Like, maybe, it's possible, folks, maybe we're just seeing this wrong, but if there's, like, a 1,000 of you watching this same game, like, this is happening, right? Like, this has been so bizarre.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for this to get onto the YouTube and the Discord server and people look at this and try to work out what just happened. And that's it. Baron Harkonnen wins the game. That's it. It's over. What in the hell? Baron's going to win this and everyone else is going to be out in what is a completely absurd result, surely. And there's nothing against Tom. There's nothing wrong against him at all here, but like this shouldn't have happened, right?
The fact that Pickle is ending, if he manages to pull a Spiceman's Flow, the fact that he's ending...
He's not even there! How's he even going to get it?
Oh my God.
I don't think he has to go High Council and draw something and hope it's... He has got Hollow Projectors.
He has to play his Liaison to High Council and then hope he gets a 1 influence card at least. And if it's not 1 influence, he has a second shot at it with his Hollow Projectors. If it is a dagger, then he has to take it up to...
Baron's thinking. Baron's realised he's only got 1 card to draw. He's trying to work out what it is. He's trying to think it is an intrigue card, right? It's a card with persuasion, right? He's just trying to make sure and sitting there thinking, like, this is over. It's his Worm Riders! Of course it's his Worm Riders. He can't buy Spiceman's Flow!
Oh my God.
So he has to go in.
No, he can go to High Council if it doesn't get blocked.
Oh, but surely, I think Ilban's going to be forced to go there. He's got no other moves.
Yeah, if Ilban goes...
but Baron has Mimic! Intent Negotiation!
Yeah. That, or as a Hail Mary, Baron tries to win this combat.
I mean, he'd have a ton of swords.
What is that?
Oh my God, and Ilban's going to Siege!
Oh.
What is happening?
Beyond painful. This game is beyond painful.
It's carnage. It's absolute bedlam.
Well, maybe he's going to use his Liaison to go draw 3 cards as the next action.
I think maybe that's what he's going to do. I have no idea anymore. Maybe the players are all sitting there thinking, I think this game is over and we've lost. Poison Snooper for LSR. It's his Dune, for what it's worth. But this game is just over. Like, Alani's going to find his way to the next round.
Yeah, I think the Dreadnought move was pivotal for him. I mean, the combat was not that great for LSR to win it, but if he had chosen not to take the Dreadnought and double cross Baron instead.
And it's just too late. I think the players are like, I mean, we know Lido is gonna. I think Lido's going Hardy Warriors here with Expedite. It looks like to me, and he's just gonna throw everything in.
Yep.
But
The question is, does he take the second bump at the Bene Gesserit because he thinks the game is over, or does he take it at the Fremen,
I mean,
try to steal it from the Baron?
but how can he steal it? There's no way for him to steal it. It's impossible.
He does not know the game's over this round, right? Because
I mean, if you're sitting there with 9 points and the Baron's sitting there with 10 cards, I would think it's over.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you there.
But the problem is, if it's over, it doesn't matter. And he just
Yeah.
goes Bene Gesserit. That's it. It's
He-
all over. What a
Flip that next tactile, see what's up.
should see what it is. It's artillery. It's a bit late. So Baron
Yeah.
Harkonnen, yeah, just High Council. That's it. It's over.
Wait, he could have played his Signet Ring up there, or not High Council, but do Minimic Film.
He could have done that way. It's necessarily. Honestly, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but it's a free intrigue, right? Like, what if you drew?
It is a bonus intrigue. I mean, I'd rather have it than not. You are correct, but I don't think he's sitting there thinking it matters anymore. What
No, wait.
a-
Actually, the High Council lets him play his Signet to.
Oil Bun
Real
takes
big
out his dude and fights the Spiceless Bloke. Oh,
Oh
my
my god.
god. And that is it. Ilban
Yeah,
with the...
He
has to go
completely
research
misplayed
station.
this.
He's just trying to find Gilpan because he finds it.
Oh
okay.
my god.
He's like,
fucking-
Ilban gets his 3 points.
But he's gonna get He's gonna get third place this game. Like LSR's gonna beat him.
It
but
doesn't matter. They're all out. They are all out. No one's going to get anywhere near to 9 points in this one.
LSR's ending at 6. Ilban's ending at 7. This is.
This is going to
You-
be the
it's-
weirdest Baron stomp I have ever seen in my life.
Yep. He could still ship too. That's the funny part.
It's the weirdest Baron stomp I've ever seen. Here's Secret Forces. He can play that as well. It's absolutely ridiculous what has happened here. It is.
Oh my. This
In a-
game. Yeah.
It's amazing because in a way, I think back to like the round of 14 game where it was a 6-round game and he kind of technically bounced up. It was a bizarre victory. I mean, this has been even stranger, but we're here now.
You might
Baron-
remember of his Signet.
Is Baron going to win this conflict? Oh my god, I think he's actually going to win he's actually going to tie. He might even win the conflict against Lido. Oh my
Just-
god.
Yeah. I don't think he remembered to get his Signet intrigue, which is.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's
Yep.
going to win this conflict as well. Oh
What did
my
he
god.
bring?
Dispatch
Ah.
Envoy does nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, Baron's got 11 swords. The Baron has
Good God,
the
dude.
Baron has slaughtered the opposition in the strangest game you've ever seen. I hope you've enjoyed this, everyone. It has been a wild trip.
This is the first combat victory point, by the way, this entire game. So
So it
Like,
should
in-
be noted that whoever gets second place here is gonna be the bottom of the tops of the is gonna be the bottom of the second places going through, whatever their score is. But I wouldn't fancy their chances making it through here. Natmar is gonna go through to the semi-finals.
oh my
What?
god, he's actually gonna win this.
He's
combat.
gonna win this combat as well. Can
Yeah,
you believe
I can't
this?
believe what's happened this game. Like right off the bat, I thought Twisted was gonna win. LSR was in a good position.
I mean, when Twist goes Karthak and finds Cormac, you're thinking unbelievable, and well, here we go, and that's it. It's all over. The damnedest Baron smash you'll ever see in your lives, kids. It has been a spectacle. There is no other way to describe this. It has been an experience, and I'm very thankful to all the players for providing this game. Except I'm gonna wake up in the morning and look this back and think, did this really happen?
I think
Amazing.
the one round where Duke decided to take smuggling instead of fault space into interstellar shipping,
Yeah.
that was pivotal. Him not playing calculated hire to stop Baron from
yeah.
getting out of that disgusting hand was pivotal. The one troop winning 2 intrigues, like, oh my god, everything went in his favor this game.
Insane. So Alani wins it. Twist finishes second with 8 victory points, 11 spice. Will that be enough? We don't know. There's a couple more games left for the quarters to go, but let's have a chat with the players for this. Try and break this one down.
I was really hoping someone would try to take one of Baron's alliances.
No one could.
Oh my goodness.
No one could. I
had absolutely god awful draws.
I felt pretty good when Spice House was taken and nobody really went faction.
Yeah, so there's a lot to discuss here, and also in a way not. So I mean, so much happened in this game. Obviously, we'll get to Alani in a second here because there are things to be discussed. I mean, obviously, yeah, your spice house is huge. When Ilban went Carthag early, giving up the spiceless flow and found Core the Market, we could not believe it. That was insane. I mean, this has been one of them. It's been a spectacle, this game. Like, it has been amazing to watch. Alani with 2 Baron 6-turn wins in a row. Must feel good.
Yeah, the early calculated higher like Void, when Baron took Wealth and was projecting a Menta, like, that was
yeah, and it's I mean, it's been a crazy, and he just happened to have urgent mission as well, and just it's been a strange game. There's no question about that. Been fascinating to watch though.
Beast and Baron both got Mentat more than either.
Yeah,
me or Lido.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. In fact, there was a lot of blocking going on. Like Lido obviously was like trying obviously to get in like Baron's way, and then Baron kind of retorted later on. It was really weird. I was expecting obviously a lot like Beast and Baron to fight and you two to fight, and it just never really
Did
happened.
Did Lido get Mentat at all this game? I know Ellis or
No, I couldn't.
Beast took it twice. Baron took it twice.
Yeah,
Oh, I need my water.
you do need, yeah, indeed. But yeah, I don't know what you guys make of it, but it was fascinating to watch. I don't think I it's not just because it's 4 a.m. and my mind has completely frizzled at this point. But like, what do you guys make of this one?
Just rough.
Yeah, a little
What's rough?
felt a little constricting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the row was obviously very quiet at the start, which obviously meant people kind of having to scramble a little bit early on, and it never really improved. Like, it's one of the quietest rows I've seen in this tournament. But then in Fury, like, you know, it's Beast, like, you don't hate it, and yeah, and then obviously you got the Spice Satellites early, which was huge. No one decided to get in the way for that. But the victory points just never turned up until, like, I mean, this victory point, I think, was the only one, so that was kind of brutal.
Yeah, and I wasn't even that well equipped to fight for them anyways because I never got my Swordmaster, and that really hurt. Part of me wonders if I should have picked Tessia, and that would have balanced the Baron a little bit. But
yeah, but I mean,
there was no good faction cards on the road.
Yeah, that was the problem, and you can't necessarily expect Baron to have been picked in 4th. Like, if anything, you'd expect Baron would have been in 3rd.
Yeah.
If anything, so it's I don't know, it's hard just, and to be fair, like on that row in the text, like, I mean, I was looking at Beast and we were looking at Beast and thinking this is not bad for Beast at all. Like, I think I probably would have picked it as well, to be fair, but it was a curious match.
So, Elsar, what was your thought process behind grabbing the detonation devices and the Dreadnought? Because there was only like Lido and Ilban both were out of actions. It was the bump and 2 intrigue combat, and you were guaranteed to get, you know, 2nd place. Like, you could have hit Carthag there, guaranteed yourself 2 intrigues and a spice instead of going for the Dreadnought, which would have kept you for 6 spice. So the next turn, if you wanted to win a VP combat, you had that highliner pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna have highliner access the next round anyways, but I guess my concern was if I didn't take this, I don't know. I really don't know if that was the right call or not. But if I didn't take this, then the Baron could have taken it. And I was basically between doing that and trying to hope that there was time to actually make something of this game. Or if it was a point, I would have fought for it. But it was this, right? And like a bump isn't as exciting to me. And I wasn't even in a position to fight the Baron for an alliance.
I mean, I will say, I think this has got to be, as far as faction access goes, like one of the poorest access games I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was nothing. What we saw, some Imperial spies. We saw like guild bankers, and was that about it? Chris,
Yeah, that's why
at the end.
That's why I felt so good about it. I just like nobody could challenge me.
No, I mean, and obviously
Yeah.
you found bribery and the Fremen bump straight away, and obviously you got the Master Stroke as well. I mean, yeah, it was good times to be the Baron. No one could really do a lot about it. But
The first 3 rounds honestly did not look like they were going in Barrett's favor at all. Like Lido blocked him out of Hardy
Yeah.
Warrior intentionally, and then
it
Like,
just
Yeah, I
turned on-
got screwed earlier, but it worked out okay.
yeah, it absolutely turned
You-
on a dime, like unbelievable.
Did you start round 5 with 4 intrigue cards, Arlani?
Yeah, I did.
He did.
Nobody
he gambled.
challenged me,
Nobody
and I was
had
fourth
secrets.
player.
There was only
I-
one person that could get there. It was Beast, and he had to go fold space to get shipping access.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he passed on instead got full space.
Yeah, which he had to do to get his shipping for this round, which made, in theory sense. But yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, it was pretty wild.
I was debating just blind playing the 2 just to get it out of my hand,
Yeah,
just because I didn't want the other one to get stolen. But I think it pushed my luck a little bit there and worked out.
it was. I mean, to be fair, there was some greed. I mean, like when you went to go into Emperor Alliance, it was like, oh, this is full on Baron greed here. But again, no one
Yeah,
was in a
there was
position to
just
do anything
nothing
about
that
it.
showed up. There was
No.
nothing that showed up.
It was amazing. It was
I,
absolutely
I
amazing.
think to be fair, Baron also got super lucky that every single intrigue he got, other than Dispatch and Envoy, ended up being played and being immediately useful instead of like.
Kind of
Yeah,
stuck in
I
the hand.
agree.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
definitely cycled through.
All my intrigues were like decent to great.
Yeah, and they all had impacts, getting in front and stuff. Yeah, definitely. But no, semi-final waits for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
I credit
congrats.
Dre. Dre's been my best trainer, so thank you.
You're
I mean,
welcome, man.
if Dre's has been teaching those moves, then we're gonna have a chat. No, no, it was an incredible quarterfinal game, and I'm fascinated to see what the people are gonna make when they see this and watch this and feast upon its magnificence.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is my second 6-turn, and I was in 4th
In a row.
position, which I have really bad. My personal stats for 4th position are really bad, so I felt happy that it worked out.
Apparently you found the secret, man. Apparently you found the secret. If you
Secret
smashed the
no
round of 14.
faction cards come up.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, smash the round of 14, smash the quarters, semifinals. Here we come.
I think this game has like initially early in the game, Lido was my favorite to win based on seeding. Then it became LSR as soon as nobody decided to block him on spy satellites. When Twisted top decked the corner of the market as his first intrigue
Yeah. that was
after
nuts.
giving up a Spice Must Flow and getting Holtzman engine.
That was nuts. Yeah, but I mean, he found corners like wow.
Yeah.
Horrified. But it's just
It's like the favorite to win this game. Like the game only lasted 6 rounds, but
yeah,
that favorite to win switched up like 5 times.
yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I'm really
bizarre.
excited to watch the recap. It felt like a wild game.
It was wild to watch. I could assure you. Like I as I said, like I'm sitting here. I'm like in a daze. Not just it's 4 a.m, but I'm like, this game happened. It was an amazing watch. So thanks
Yeah.
everyone for providing that at the very least.
Yeah, thank you guys for playing. Really appreciate it.
It's been fun.
Good
I'll
game.
try to-
Well
yeah.
done.
I'll try to rep us in the semis.
Yeah, Alani goes through, and
Yeah.
Twist is gonna have to sit and wait and see if they get through or not. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't have my fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, 2 games to go. But I mean, you've got the spice though, so it's can they get to 9 points? I mean, who knows? You've got a chance.
Thing like that combat for 3 spice and intrigue. Like
Did you like that play? Was that the wrong play?
I think Alisar, you should have double crossed there just because you had wind traps. It would have set you up to pick up a massive amount of flat spice at great flat, and again, you had Highlander pressure because of it.
Yeah, I was expecting more points to come up and was trying to save that for a point combat. And I also was not expecting I think it was after that the Baron went in for Highliner, or was that before? But I was not expecting people to fight that hard over 3 spice.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, Ray Stockpiles got like surprisingly bloody.
Like it was a 6 strength from Void with 2 troops and 2 daggers, 7 strength from Alisar with the 3 troops and 1 dagger, and 8 strength from Baron with the Hardy Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the
That
double.
was the one
Yeah,
where
That
intrigues
combat.
in his hand. So I could have double crossed, and then he could have just played something for all I knew.
Yeah, that was the question. Like,
Yeah,
G-Dog
I was
got,
holding him.
it was a bit of an awkward spot. I do agree.
Yeah, I think that's where a huge strength of the Baron comes up, where just because of the intrigues he's holding, you don't know what's going on, right? Like,
Yeah.
that combat win ended up getting him Sleeper Must Awaken, which was huge for him. Like,
Yeah.
that one extra point.
That was the turn where I took my action back before my turn ended because I was like, I really feel like I need to go here.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that
You
ended up
knew
being a
that
huge
top
play.
deck intrigue was going to be a victory point.
Yeah, I didn't know that obviously, but it just ended up being a huge momentum play. I think that was one of my better plays in the whole game.
I was actually surprised you went into combat there. Like, I was fully expecting you, or even on the last round, because you had the choice between your Imperial Spy and Diplomacy.
Yeah,
If I was in your position, I would have played my Diplomacy to Still Suits just to toss an extra one in, because like the only way you were not winning that combat for the bump and 2 intrigues was if Twisted had reinforcements or he had double cross.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 had already revealed at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's bizarre though. It's like you don't expect to be. Obviously, you just put the dude in, limping in early, thinking, "I'll see what happens," and then no one else puts anything in. You're like, oh, "Okay."
Yeah.
Craziness. So that is going to do it for us here. I fear at past 4 a.m, I'm not in a good mental state to try to accurately surmise what you've witnessed. But I think Alani went for it all, and Alani got it all. And the faction, the access of the cards and the row were so bad that no one was really able to do much about his faction access stuff and his grabbing of alliances. No one could do anything about it. I mean, outside everyone's diplomacies, like nothing turned up. Apart from obviously a couple of false stay spies. I honestly think the only things we saw with faction accesses was the Imperial spies. The Imperial spies, Guild bankers, and Chris Knife at the end. That is insane. That is absolutely nuts. And when you get Baron, I guess, and you're able to push alliances, and he pulls alliance, faction bumping intrigues, I guess the argument is, what can anyone do about that? A fascinating contest. Absolutely fascinating contest. And I don't think we're going to see another game like this for quite some time. Amazing stuff. Thank you all for the company, everyone. I hope I've sounded reasonably okay, given it's so early in the morning. Dear, the things we do for you. If you like what we produce here, you can obviously follow the channel, the Discord, the Patreon. I got a Ko-Fi. It's in the description. I'm going to get myself some sleep. I need it very, very badly. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next conflict.